Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We got my friend Gary Prado of Vitalis. We've got 5 of their virtual assistants right now. We're looking to pick up another one. We want to talk to you about how we're using AI, how we're communicating, how we're growing, and more importantly, just to show you the behind the scenes and the things you should be doing if you're thinking of hiring a virtual assistant, if you currently have one or many. This is my talk with Gary today. Gary, where do we start with this, man?
Yeah, well, thanks, Christian. And so if I say XP or executive partner, I mean VA. But we call them XPs.
XP. And what does that stand for?
Executive partner.
Executive partner, XP.
So if I say XP, it's just what we're used to saying. We don't call them VAs.
Exactly.
But yeah, so we've been getting into a lot of stuff, like with our positions at Vitalis, and we've gotten into engaging FSBOs expired, social media marketing, content creation, email, and we really haven't talked about AI. And so we've had a lot of that we've helped with working with AI. So we decided to do a webinar about how agents can utilize AI and a remote staff.
Yes.
Together.
So where do we start with that? Well, look, I've got a ton of what are we going to call them? XPs. I've got a ton of XPs, and I'm using AI, but now I'm curious, like, where do we start with this according to you and what you're doing?
Yeah, let me share my screen. I'm going to go ahead and do it, okay?
Perfect. Let's go.
All right. So,
let's put that one up there, Yonk.
And let me know when you can see my screen.
Almost there, buddy. There we go.
Tristan, can you see my
Clear.
screen? Okay.
I got you.
All right. So these are we're really excited about this. I'm sorry. Yeah. Can you see my screen, Tristan?
I got you. Your voice is a little delayed, so you may hear mine delayed too.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what's from my internet. Okay. So no worries. So we really excited about, how to show people how we're using our XPs with real estate agents and how they're using AI, to help scale. So we're crazy excited about this presentation. And these are some things that we're doing internally with some other agents now. So with that being said, I'm going to hop into it right now. So number one, and I don't know if a lot of agents know about this, Canva has an MLS integration right now where you can just click and drag fields over into a Canva graphic, and so you can just click and drag over, and it makes it so easy to create graphics and content really quickly. So our XPs are doing this now. And so Canva and MLS integration, which is really cool. If you're not using it, get it, because it makes creating content so much quicker. And of course, these agents are using our executive partners to do this kind of stuff. So that's the first number one. Did you know about that, Tristan?
I did not, man. That's brand new to me.
Yeah. So Canva and MLS integration, check it out. Number two, record a 60 to 90 second walkthrough voice memo. So this is really good for people that are on the go that don't have time to watch a walkthrough or don't have time. People on the go, you can send it to their voicemail. So create a 60 to 90 second walkthrough voice memo of that property. And, the VA transcribes, via Otter and And so they can just drop that voice memo on leads voicemail or send it via email. And so it's really good for people on the go that they're driving a lot. They can just listen to it versus, seeing it. So, and we're not telling you to replace a graphic or replace a walkthrough, a video walkthrough, but for people on the go, we've done some of this stuff with other clients where you just create a voice walk. That's number 2. Number 3, have AI produce a 6-step multi-channel follow-up sequence. So if you're using Follow Up Boss, and if you're using, Sync, Chime, Lofty, they changed the name, but if you're using any of those, create a 6-step multi-channel follow-up sequence. Most of you guys are doing this now, but our executive partners can do this for you and set all this stuff up. Number 4, I love this one, by the way, use social media listening by setting alerts, and you can do this in Google, for terms like moving, downsizing, and for sale by owner. So what you're doing is, we do this now as a company, actually internally we do this, but our XPs do this now. Set those alerts, and you can set those alerts for inside of like Facebook groups. You can set those alerts in just post. Anywhere that term is used, you're going to get an alert of where that term was used, that link, and then you can engage whatever is happening. So moving to an area, I'm looking to downsize. I want to try to sell this on my own. Those are some keywords that you can target, and you can pick up buyers and sellers just by those keyword alerts. And so we're doing this now for our XPs, and we're setting those up for agents, but we use this internally and it works really well. So the next one, number 5, use Canva Magic Design to auto-generate templates for flyers, for reels and stories. Content is king. And if you're not producing content on a consistent basis, then you're losing out on those 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and 40-year-olds probably. You've got to be producing content on a consistent basis. I had a call with an agent yesterday. She's not using any content. She said she doesn't even have channels, and she's not pumping out any content, not doing anything. And so we guided her on what to do. We just helped her. And so we told her what to do and how to set it up. And then maybe she'll come back to us as far as doing the content, help for our XPs to help her with the content. But, we pointed her in the right direction. But you have to be pumping out content, Tristan. You know this, right? I mean, you are the king of content, right?
Yeah, well, I try. I try, man.
You do a good job. Let me go back to the next one. The next slide is, all right. So this is the next one. Number 6, summarize long seller buyer documents for quick prep. So have VAs run contracts, inspection reports, disclosure docs on a large language model. And so you can summarize those 5 points for the VA to do. So have those ready. The VA can have all of those reports ready, those contracts ready. So that's another way that a VA or an XP can help in that scenario. Number 7, create, and I love this as well, create an FAQ bot about each listing. So you can do an FAQ bot about a listing. When they come to your website, the bot can talk about that property specifically. So you can train the bot. Most of you guys have bots now on your website. And hopefully it's not just a chat bot, but it is an AI bot. But you can create an FAQ for each for each property listing that you have, and train it to talk on that listing specifically. So that really helps where you can communicate. You're just, AI can learn about that property and talk intelligently about it via chat, which is really cool. So if you're not creating those bots or those listings, we've helped clients with this. You're creating you're creating an FAQ bot for each listing that you have on your website. That way AI can talk about it intelligently. And then, of course, the XP's monitoring that, whatever you're using. We love Closebot. It's CLOSEBOT. We love Closebot. Their version 2 just came out, so check out that. Not a plug, but we do like it a lot for the website. It's a really good AI bot. Number 8, micro comparative market analysis. So train your VA to run short market snapshots. And so, have those ready, train them to run them. That way, when you're going to a listing appointment, you can have those ready. An XP can do those. We train the XPs how to do that kind of stuff. Number 9, automate appointment prep. This is, typically, what an XP can do. At least some of our XPs, they can they'll trigger a checklist for a pre-showing buyer questionnaire, and coordinate that, the directions with the buyer who's coming to look at the house. So they'll help with all of that stuff. It really makes it a white glove type of service, and whoever the buyer is or the seller is going to be incredibly impressed when you automate that prep. And of course, an XP can do all this. By the way, I'm just touching the surface of these. If you guys need help setting this stuff up, like how to do it specifically, this is just the top layer. But if you guys need help on more specifics on this stuff, we'll be more than happy to just guide you in some of this stuff, so you can reach out to our company. Number 10, use your CRM dates to trigger AI-written anniversary messages, home purchase anniversaries that your VA personalizes and delivers. So, you're doing your follow-up with AI, and then you can trigger those based off of certain actions. All right, the last slide is, if I was acting up, there we go. Use AI to identify likely sellers. We love PropStream. We use Smart Zip. We don't use it, but we tell clients to use it. You're identifying likely sellers based off of predictive analytics. So we've used that. Our clients have had success in that in the past. 13, personalized outreach with AI writing tools. Everybody knows about AI, and I'm sure everybody is writing personalized outreach through AI. That's not rocket science, but put an XP in charge of that, because they can do that incredibly easily. So that's 13. 14 is automate lead and nurture follow-up. We just talked about that, follow-up boss. So you want to make sure that you automate that lead nurture stuff. At the top, we'll go to the top. Use image copy pipelines for virtual and visual marketing. So you can run image captioning models to auto-generate features and bullet points. It makes it really quick and easy to get all this marketing stuff out. If you have questions, especially what we're talking about, those auto captions. If you're doing any content, you need to have auto captions. So because not everybody's going to have their volume turned up. So we can, use those by all standards. Make sure that you have that, that visual marketing ready and it's tight. 15, AI appointment setting funnel. Using AI chatbots. I like ManyChat as well. I like Structurally. Those are good companies for AI for real estate agents. Internally, we use Closebot. We like it. Pretty much more. There's also another company called Zappy Chat. So you guys can set up those AI bots on your sites, and it can start engaging, do lead capture, and then of course start setting those listing appointments. It can handle everything for you. I'm sure you guys know about that. Last one, 16, use AI to create local market videos, blogs, newsletters, showings, and expertise. Tristan, you use a lot of newsletters, don't you? What do you use for that?
We primarily use Beehive, and we use Constant Contact. So both of those have given us really high deliverability rates. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get back to this the screen. So, those are options. We love the AI, writing models. You can create a newsletter incredibly quickly and send it out about moving to the area, new listings, food, new restaurants opening up in local markets. So, the newsletters are great. We've oops, there's Erica. She's one of our clients, I think. There's Erica just posted a question, I think. So anyway, those are some tips that we do. Now, these are just some ideas, Tristan, that we have used for our clients. And the key is that you don't want to do this kind of stuff on your own. You want to outsource this to an executive partner. And our partners are trained on all of this stuff. Also, I want to give one more tip to you guys that we do internally, and I forgot to put this on the presentation. If you're on Instagram, go to your competitor's Instagram page and follow all of their competitors. So when you follow all of their competitors, so you're going to your competitor's Instagram page, you're now clicking on all of their followers of your competitors. When you click on the followers of your competitors, they get a notification that says, Mr. Jones Realtor just started following you. Do you want to follow them back? And 99% of the time they say yes. True. And so now you have gained traction and kind of like, and it's not illegal, it's not unethical, but you're getting followers from your competition to follow you. And so I forgot to put that on there. And we do that internally as a company. It's a great way to get to get followers quickly that are interested in the same type of thing that you are.
I like that.
Have you ever heard about that kind of stuff, Christian?
We have that one. We have. Here's one thing I wanted to share with you, because I know it's a challenge for some people trying to understand, well, I want to hire somebody, but what do I have them do for me? And then, I'll get to that question about what AI we use for videos. But I've got this prompt. So let's say you've decided you're going to hire a VA, right? You're going to go to Gary, XP, right? XP executive partner. You're going to hire an executive partner and you're like, finally, I get to do this. But Tristan, Gary, what do I have them do for me? I have no clue where to start. And I got something for you. It's a prompt on finding out exactly what the job duties are for your XP. All right. So I'm going to share my screen with you and I'm going to pump this prompt in there so you can see it. And then, yes, I'll share it with you as well. So let me go to a new screen on my side and then share my screen because I'm going to show you, you can go anywhere. I'm just going to go to ChatGPT. You can see my screen there. I'm on chat. I've got this prompt and I'm just going to delete the prompt. It says, I run a business focused on, and then whatever you want to do. What was your business focus on? I'm just going to make it easy. Luxury real estate, right? So you're going to replace that with yours. Real estate in Malibu. Right. Most of my business comes from, where does most of your business come from? I'm just going to put for me, past clients for me. And my main goal is to grow online visibility, because that's what we all want, right? And attract new clients through social media, Google, AI tools like ChatGPT. Please outline a detailed list of duties, all this great stuff, right? Blah, blah, blah. Build a strong digital presence across, well, where do you want to do it? I would just say, just leave Instagram in there and Google business profile and others, right? And then it says, well, use all this stuff to build it out for me. Now you click go. As it's building it, let me just grab this for you and make it shareable so you have it. Copy it. I'm going to dump it into the chat for you. Let's see what it's building out for us. Role overview. So now, Gary, I'm going to go to your company, Vitalis. I'm going to say, hey, I've got something. Can you get me somebody who's going to have these responsibilities. These are the daily tasks. These are the weekly tasks, because I want to grow in all these different places. And I'm just going to be like, you know what? Expand this even more. This is where I would start, right? So let me just dump that into the chat. Let me go just to you and I. That's really where I would start, because then you could just expand it from there and make it multiple pages. But more importantly, the challenge, Gary, in hiring a lot of VAs, you run the company, but the challenge for us real estate agents, we don't know what they should be doing, and we get lost along the way. It's a big challenge.
Well, on our website, Tristan, on our website, we have 100 tasks that you can use for 100 tasks real estate agents can use, or XPs can use for real estate agents. So there's 100 tasks on our website.
What's the website?
You can go to Vitalis VA.com or vitalisoutsourcing.com. It's Vitalis VA.
Let me share my screen here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to, there it is. So good job on that one. Scan that, and then let me share my screen so I can show you what Gary's talking about. Buying links, you could hear Vitalis Outsourcing. Where would I go here?
Yeah, it's under, I think it's right there. Yeah, that's it. I think it is scroll down. Yeah, it's hard to see. It's a small window, but yeah, there it is. Yeah, just click on that. Unfortunately, you have to, it's a lead capture. So to get it, you do have to register. But it's 100 tasks that virtual assistants can do for real estate. If you don't know where to start, just start there. There's 100 tasks, or just give us a call. Those things that we talked about presentation, we're doing those for clients right now. So, so if you just want to, if you saying I'm not getting pumping out enough content, then just we'll have a conversation and we'll talk about what that looks like. So call us, contact us, and you can look at the document, the 100 tasks, or we can guide you in some of those tips and techniques that we used in that presentation.
I like that. And then to answer Erica's question, Eric, I would use Descript. Descript does a really good job on editing your videos really quickly, but the magic is going to be having somebody who's editing it for you. So if you've got the tool Descript, or you've got CapCut or whatever, I would just quarterback it to somebody else on the team. This is why I have a few editors, and they use all the tools, and then they give me the finished product. So Descript is amazing. What do you guys use, Gary, for editing videos?
Well, we take bulk videos and put them into short clips. We like Opus Clip. So, that's what we do. It makes it so easy. I have a team as well. I don't know what they use for auto captions, but I can't remember the name of it. But we use Opus Clip, and then we use a captioning software. So that way the captions are on there.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. We started doing short reels, Tristan, and YouTube Shorts. If you just create it, people will eventually see it, but you have to be consistent.
Yeah, I think consistency is the key on that one.
We started with nothing.
Everyone, please scan that QR code and take a look. The least you could do is download those 100 tasks that you have as an opportunity. That will create a lot of clarity for where you want to go, because we all need help. And this is the first step to get that leverage. Gary, thank you so much for building this. Thank you for also training them, because we love ours. So great job on that. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, Tristan. Bye.